name's Sandra Bailey, I'm 51 and I live in Nambour. I was diagnosed in September 2009. I'd been to the doctor about something minor and they found a lump that I hadn't noticed. My family reacted with shock after my lumpectomy, and for the next 4 months my husband was also ill and he was in hospital for 4 months. So the children had both parents in hospital and ill, and they found it hard to cope. I was introduced to the Cindy Mackenzie Foundation through a fundraiser at our church. They offered financial support, moral support, with phone calls every week to see how I was going through my treatment. Sent me flowers at important times in my surgery and at the end of chemotherapy. They paid some of our bills and sent us a Christmas hamper, which was lovely. The Cindy Mackenzie Breast Cancer Foundation were amazing through the most difficult time of my life and my family's life. They knew us individually. They did everything they could to support in any way they could, and I wouldn't have got through it without their help.
I was on the way to a funeral for my friend and I was putting sunscreen on and I found a lump. I went to the doctors, they weren't too concerned, but unfortunately reality was once I'd had surgery it was 3 times bigger and it had actually spread. Cancer has played a huge part in our life. My husband has lost his immediate family to cancer. My own daughter has had cancer, and then in November 2011 I was diagnosed with breast cancer. When I was first diagnosed, I knew what to expect. I'd seen cancer so often, but what I didn't know was the financial implications that cancer brings to you. My husband was out of work for the first time in 25 years, and we had no money coming in at all. A wonderful friend contacted me on Facebook and told me about the Cindy Mackenzie Foundation and how they had helped her when she was going through breast cancer, and suggested that I contact them. The bills were piling up. I was crying in the shower and I didn't know where to turn. So one night I sat at the computer and contacted them, and the next day I got a lovely email saying that they could help. It changed the rest of my journey. Not only did they help us financially, but they helped me by sending a cleaner every 2 weeks during my treatment. That might seem trivial to others, but for me it was so important. Breast cancer touches so many lives, and one day you'll probably know somebody who has got breast cancer. With the foundation, you're just not another person or another number. You talk to them, you say your worst fears, and it's all okay. That's what helps, that's somebody who understands.
My name is Kim Armstrong. I'm 51 years old and I live at Sippy Downs. I was initially diagnosed with breast cancer in September of 2009. I went to the doctor to check that my system was, going okay, and while I was in the office there with her, I happened to mention that I had a lump. It was actually sore, and so she checked me and sent me for a mammogram and an ultrasound. Sometimes it won't show up on the mammogram, and that's where the ultrasound actually found it. And then went away, I didn't sort of think much of it. And then I went to the doctor, and she basically sat me down and told me that I had breast cancer. I suppose one of the worst parts was having to tell my 18-year-old daughter that I had breast cancer. It was just a shock because there's only the 2 of us. I only let her know when I actually got the diagnosis. The first thing she did was grab me and cried. My daughter got accepted to the Sunshine Coast University and was interviewed by one of the media guys at the university, and I didn't know until the article came out that her wish was to find a cure for cancer. It was quite ironic the way that it happened and then I was diagnosed 7 or 8 months later. I first became aware of the Mackenzie Breast Cancer Foundation through a breast care nurse up at Nambour Hospital. They were great to communicate with and to talk. The Mackenzie Breast Cancer Foundation helped me financially with a couple of bills that I was concerned about, and also a voucher to Woolies to help out with groceries. And a lovely surprise was flowers turning up at my work out of the blue, so that was really, really nice. To the Mackenzie Breast Cancer Foundation, I would say a big thank you. Everything you did for my daughter and I was just wonderful and much appreciated.